Hey, I'm back. Fallout 4 recently got its next gen update, so that means that today I'll be getting the Fallout 4 Platinum trophy. Fallout's main game has 34 bronze, 15 silver and 1 gold trophy, and if you get them all, you get the Platinum. But besides that, the main game also has some DLCs, and they have an additional 32 bronze and 2 more silver trophies to get, totaling at 85 trophies. So, let's begin. I'm kinda guessing everyone who watches this knows how Fallout 4 starts, but in case you don't, here's a quick rundown. Before you can start, you have to create a character. I didn't spend too much time on this because I play the game in first person 90% of the time. Next up, I had to assign some special stats, and after that we play with this future mass murderer, also known as your son Sean. And before you know it, the world is getting nuked.
We have coming in. That's confirmed reports, I repeat, confirmed reports of nuclear detonations in New York and Pennsylvania. My God.
So as any reasonable husband would do, I ditched my wife and son and sprinted to the gate. Unfortunately, they also made it. I step into this cryopod and get woken up like 200 years later to watch Sean get kidnapped.
I'm not killing you, Sean! I'm fucking crying, bitch! Where? I don't wanna fucking hear it!
So that was really boring, so we decided to sleep again. Okay, so now it's actually time to play the game and get some trophies. First up was getting the Future Retro trophy, which you get by playing a holotape game. To get a game, you usually have to find a magazine, which has a game in it. But luckily, it's also a Terminal Vault 111 with a game in it. There's also a trophy you can get here, I believe, to play a holotape game. Yeah, play tape. So if we eject this tape, and then we go to the inventory in a bit, and we get the Pip-Boy, we should be able to play a game. And then that's the trophy. Okay, so let's get the Pip-Boy. If you look behind me, I think there, yeah, there's my own Pip-Boy. Okay, so we can get our trophy real quick. So if we just hit play, yeah, there it is, Future Retro. Okay, nice, we're not gonna play it, so let's get out of here real quick. Okay, so first trophy done, on to the next one. And we get it by escaping the vault. Okay, here we are. So let's head back into Sanctuary, and then we're gonna do a few things there. Then we're gonna go and continue on the main quest. So there's another trophy for beating the tutorial section. So out of the vault, we need to work on the main quest. And first I went to Sanctuary to claim it as a workshop, so I can build there. Building is needed for a couple of trophies, and you also need to build a teleporter later on. But before I started to work on the main story, I just did a small little exploit to max out my special stats, because it isn't a Bethesda game without some exploiting. To do this, I need a dog meat, which can be found at the Red Rocket truck stop, right next to Sanctuary. And dog meat also counts as a follower, which I need for the Never Go At It Alone trophy. For that you need to recruit 5 different companions. Okay, so I just scrapped a few things and now we should have enough materials to build the shit we need. So let's put this one here. And now we can go here and go to manufacturing, and then we need a conveyor belt. So let's put this one here. And we need the storage. So, okay, so that's all we needed. And we also gonna level up, that's nice. So if we get the special book now, let's pick it up. Now this is a bit tricky, but this will help your early game. I know you can also just not do it, it's more up to you. I also need to add a wire SC, so if I put this here, I can command Dogmeat to like pick stuff up. So I'm gonna give him the command to pick it up, and then I'm gonna get it out of the machine real quick. So if I lay this on here and give him the command to pick it up, it's a bit tricky, won't always work, but okay, so apparently I'm already getting the interface, but now I can just put in a point, and then hopefully he got it. Yeah, he got it. Okay, so it should be also in the machine. So you see there's now 2. So I have 2 books. So now if I drop both of them, here they are. One should also just count as a new book. So see, this one gives me another option to put a point in. So if I get another book, put it on here, give him the command like right when it passes that line. Oh, it got it. Okay, nice. So now you see I get the interface again, so I can put it in agility. You should give me another book. And now there's one in here. So now we should have 3. You just do this, rinse and repeat, and I get like extra points every time. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So you can do this to max out your build, so you don't have to waste your upgrade points on the top section, because this is just basic skills, and here you unlock actual like perks. So I'm just gonna quickly max it out because I don't care, I've played this game 1,000 times, so might as well just give myself a head start, and then I'll be back. Okay, so now with maxed out stats, it was actually time to play the game. The first step was to find Preston Garvey and his group, but they are kinda trapped in a building, so I helped them out and collected a bobblehead and a magazine. There are 20 bobbleheads in total, and you get 2 trophies for collecting them, one for collecting 10 and one for collecting 20. And also you need to read 20 magazines. Finding the magazines isn't that hard because they're way more common than bobbleheads, so after helping them out, they gave me another trophy.
Glad to help. That's fantastic.
And Preston is also a follower I need for the Never Go At It Alone trophy. Then I just started spam building easy objects to get the Fixer Upper trophy. And for that trophy you need to build 100 items in the workshop. So when that was done, I went exploring and got the level 5 trophy, thanks to this speech check. After that, I went to Diamond City where I meet Piper. She's also a follower, so that works towards the Never Go It Alone trophy, and I'm also going to use her for the Lovable trophy, and that you get by maxing out a relationship with a follower. The reason I choose her is that for some reason she really likes it when you pick a lock successfully. So that's a passive relationship gain while I'm exploring, and she also likes it when you do good stuff for people. But before we go on with the main quest, there's another trophy you can get in Diamond City by running a home run. If you didn't notice, Diamond City is built in a baseball field. And there are bases on the ground marked with numbers, and you need to follow them in the correct order to complete a home run. And that's another trophy done. Now it's time to find Nick. He is a synth, which is like a humanoid robot, and he has the personality of a detective. Along my way of getting to Nick, I also came across Swan, which is a giant creature, and we need to take down 5 in order to get the Harder They Fall trophy. Oh, and he also drops this really nice weapon. Okay, enough getting sidetracked, now it's actually time to go and find Nick. He's located in a vault and we have to find him. So, one mass murderer later, and I locate Nick, and also get another bobblehead. Mission done and another trophy. On to the next, which is to find the guy who kidnapped Sean. So we track him down to his apartment in Diamond City and find his not so secret room. Oh, and Nick is also a follower, so I just quickly hire him and then I'm just sending him away to continue further on with Piper. Then we track him further down with Dogmeat. During the epic dog following gameplay I also got the level 10 trophy. Now let's go to the building. I'm just gonna go in and like beat everything up again and okay, so there should be another bobblehead in this building if I'm correct. Let's just kill this entire building. I think this is where the bobblehead is at. Yeah, here it is. Okay. Nice. That's only 17 more to go. I cleared out the rest of his base and had a Bethesda moment. Oh wow, fuck. Wait, what? What? Where did I go? What? Okay, sure, I just teleported to the roof. Fine. Guess I'm gonna unlock this terminal then. After that, I took down Kellogg. He's gonna use like invisibility stuff. But if we do this real quick and hit the critical... Yeah, he's done for. And took his brains. After exiting his base, we got our first glimpse at the Brotherhood of Steel, which is one of the 4 factions in the game. The rest being the Railroad, Institute and the Minutemen. You need to do quests for all of the factions, but by doing that you make the other factions hostile towards you. Except for the Minutemen. But by making some well-placed save points, you can easily just save and do the quest and then just reload your old save. So you don't have to play the game 3 separate times. Okay, enough explaining, let's go on with the story. Now I just need to go back to Nick, and I think this quest might also give another trophy, I'm not actually sure. Okay, and there's another trophy. So this quest is also gonna give a trophy, I'm pretty sure. For the next quest I had to analyze Kellogg's brains and figure out where he took Sean. So, quest done, yet another trophy. Now there were some quests that don't give trophies but are needed to progress, so I'll just skip through them. You have to go to the glowing sea to meet Virgil, but when I was on my way to him, I found this outpost, which I believe is part of a Creation Club mod that you get for free when you download the next gen update. But in here I found the most OP weapon and I basically just use it for the entire game. Now it was time to figure out how to get to the institute. And to do that you need to take out the Corsair, which is like a high level synth. So you track one down by listening to a radio station to locate him. After I found the location by listening to the radio broadcast, I just borrowed his brains, and that's another trophy. Next I went to the railroad. And for a faction being described as like so secret and hidden, they really have their password be railroad. Very secure and secret, I know. I give the chip from the Corsair to Tinker Tom and he does some magic. And now I get to build a teleporter in my base. And with that we're able to travel to the institute. Now we get into the tricky part, where most of the faction quests will make the others hostile. First I did most of the quests for each of the factions before they get angry at you. And here are the trophies I've gotten from that. After that I made a save point and started to complete all of the factions. And then I would just reload my save. First up was the railroad. Remember that big flying thing we saw a while back? That's a Pridwin. And I needed to take that down. Luckily I have 10 speech and 10 luck on this build, so I just stalked my way on board without anyone suspecting a thing. And before you knew it, the Pridwin was no more. Okay, reload save. Now I completed the institute and took down the railroad, and here I also decided to do another trophy, which is to pull a prank on someone by placing a live explosive in their pocket. So, epic prank done, another trophy. And I also completed the story, which gives me the only gold trophy in the game. And reload the save again. Now it was time to complete the Brotherhood of Steel. I helped building Liberty Prime, and now it was time to take out the Institute. But before we do that, I actually reload the save again, because there's actually a way to complete the game while having 3 of the 4 factions alive. So I completed everything the Minuteman quest had to offer. And killed another giant creature. If you don't progress far enough for the Railroad and Brotherhood, you can just simply make the Institute angry at you by killing one of the named people inside, and thus keeping the Railroad and Brotherhood alive while completing the entire story.
Whenever you want to see humanity's best hope for the future go up in smoke, just hit that button.
And that's the main story finally done. I still needed to get a settlement to 100 happiness for the Benevolent Leader trophy, and this takes a really long time. So this is the perfect time to start on that, and get all the remaining trophies. For the building of the settlement I used this guide from this dude, and it worked great. Okay, with all that done, all that was left was basically a lot of miscellaneous trophies. Now I don't want to stretch this part out for too long, because I also have to cover a lot of DLC still. So here's a compilation of me getting almost all the trophies.
Chain swinging, clang clang, and it costs a lot. Bitch, I'm always at the guala, yeah, and you are not badass beat. Keep on going till you hit the spot. Whoa, I'm a big bag hunter with the bow. She got a big bag, number drop it low. Mama called me and she happy with the grow. Never ever fall for a party that's a no.
Just bought the Kenny about a million options. So the stock and I stop doing agreement. I rock arenas, bringing the peace. I'm bumping that park in the car, pretending I got all the eyes on me. Got a bad baby and she's independent. Too many people older than me, they're seeking attention. When they want me about the goofies, man, I should've listened. And the smell of the money, my strangest addiction.
She tit for dick, I let her lit, I had to dip. I'm on for fifth, I'm all rich now. I bought a whip, I paint a pink, it drive itself. The fuck you think? Yeah, I'm rich now. Hey, little mama, yeah, you heard about me. I'ma pop you like a pea, yeah, at a mommy. Yeah, feel so hot like I'm chilling on the beach. Yeah, baby in the sun like the Teletubbies. Balls hanging low while I pop a bottle off of your chain swinging, clang clang, and it costs a lot. Bitch, I'm always at the guala, yeah, and you are not badass beat. Keep on going till you hit the spot. Whoa, I'm a big bag hunter with the bow. She got a big bed, number drop it low. Mama called me and she happy with the grow. Never ever fall for a party that's...
And now there were only 2 trophies left, which were to get to level 50 and complete 50 misc objectives. So I knocked these 2 out back to back. Okay, so I just need a little bit more XP for level 50, so I'm just gonna build some cool cat paintings. And there it is, the level 50 trophy. So now there's only one more thing left to do, and that is getting the misc objectives done. Throughout the game I've been slowly feeding Mama Murphy's addiction of drugs. And each time I did that, it counted as a misc objective. Now she's only 1 more dose away from, let's just say, a long sleep. And I only need 1 more misc objective, so that's a win-win. Okay, so let's trade us some drugs and get the 50 misc objectives trophy. And there it is, 50 misc objectives and finally the platinum. Now all that was left were DLC. The first DLC that I started to work on was Automatron. This DLC has 5 trophies and it's really easy. 3 of them are just for completing quests and the 2 other are for unlocking and building the robot mods. While completing quests you have to kill a lot of robots and they can drop all kinds of different mods. So unlocking 10 isn't a big deal. Same goes for the installing, you can just slap them on if you have the right materials and you're done. So now a quick quest rundown. First we have to complete the Mechanical Menace quest. You'll receive a distress signal from a caravan that is under attack by robots. After heading there you find Ada, and Ada informs you more about the Mechanist, who's behind the robots. Ada is also a companion and you can upgrade her with mods. But we don't have enough yet, so let's start on quest 2. Headhunting. This quest isn't that special, you just have to kill more robots and robot brains to find out more about the Mechanist. During this quest I did get the 10 robot mods, so now I only have to install them and that's already 4 out of 5 trophies done. And with that let's get on to the final quest. In restoring order you have to take down the Mechanist and it's pretty straightforward. You just go to her base and then you just have to beat waves of robots. And once she has wasted all of her resources, you can just get to her and kill or spare her. And that's the first DLC done. Next up I started to work on all the workshop DLCs. There are 3 total, and they all have 3 trophies each. And they all also kinda suck. Except for contraptions if you have the patience. So let's start with the Wasteland workshop first. This is also probably the hardest one to do. And that's because of the Trapper trophy, which you get for building each cage type. This will for sure take the most time to complete. Because to build every cage, you need all these items. 170 steel, 38 copper, 24 gears, 7 Brahmin meat, 4 Mirelurk meat, 4 Mirelurk eggs, 4 mole rat meat, 4 mongrel dog meat, 4 red roach meat, 4 red stag meat, 2 softshell Mirelurk meat, 4 stingray meat, 4 yaogai meat, 500 bottle caps, 3 dog food, 4 carrots, 4 razor grain and 6 jet. If you ever go for this trophy, or you play Fallout 4 in general, just be sure to collect every item while you're doing like the main game content, so you can just knock this one out whenever you're ready. Because doing this from scratch really sucks. And if you're ever going for this trophy, to help you out I made a checklist with all the visualizations of the things you need. So if you want you can just screenshot this and just cross off stuff while you're scavenging. Okay, so with that cage is built and there's the trophy. Now for the next trophy, this one is also pretty easy. You can do this with the cages you've already filled up. Or you could just make new cages with the creatures you actually want. So to do this, build a beta wave emitter and power it up and just open the cages and that's it. Now for the final trophy, it's called Instigator. You need to start an arena fight in your settlement. From my own experience, this one is very buggy. You are supposed to build these 2 different platforms and assign a settler to them, but sometimes it just won't work. If that happens, just keep reassigning them, but as you see in my clip, it just doesn't work like intended, I guess. Now for the third DLC, I did the Contractions workshop. This DLC is really easy, I can make some really cool stuff with the contraptions. And also some stuff that Howard probably didn't intend. 2 out of 3 trophies are really easy. One is to display a weapon, armor and power armor, and that's all. So you just build a weapon rack, an armor stand and a power armor stand. Just be sure to give the power armor one power and just put the items in there. And that's probably one of the easiest trophies in the game. The other trophy is even easier. You just go to your build menu and build a pillory and just assign a settler to it and that's it, trophy down. Now the third trophy does take a little bit more effort because you have to produce 100 items. You can manufacture all kinds of items such as ammo and food, but these require multiple items for a single production. So if you just want to get this trophy as quick as possible, then the best way is probably just to produce steel balls. These require 5 steel per ball, so you need a total of 500 steel, which is really easy to get. So just build the machines, fill them up, power them up and just wait. And wait and wait. And that's another DLC done. Now we're on to the final workshop DLC. This is the Vault Tech one. This one does take a little bit more time than the previous DLC, but can also be done in like an hour or so. First you need to head to Vault 88. Meet the Ghoul Overseer and she wants you to finish the vault. So we help her out and unlock different areas of the vault by turning on the different workshops. And to do that you first need to find a control board, which is somewhere in the vault, mostly guarded by enemies. And you just need to grab that and then slap it in the workshop. There's a total of 3 areas and after fixing the last one you get the trophy. Now with that done it was time to recruit some new vault dwellers. And get our next trophy. Which you get by giving a settler a vault suit and a Pip-Boy. So we give Clem some new drip and in return Clem gives us a trophy. Now all that was left was becoming the Overseer. To do this just advance the quest and the Overseer will ask you to take over. Be sure to not go for the speech check where you ask her to stay as Overseer, or else you won't be getting the trophy. And with that the final workshop trophy is mine. Now all that was left were the 2 big DLCs, Far Harbor and Nuka-World. I started out with Far Harbor. It has a total of 10 trophies and 5 of them are just quest related, so I'll first cover these. To start Far Harbor you have to listen to the radio signal from Kenji. He is looking for his missing daughter Kasumi. After traveling to their house, it's time to look for clues why she disappeared. And you find out that she went to Far Harbor because she herself is convinced that she is a synth. So we also head to Far Harbor, and after arriving the first trophy pops. In the next quest we head to Arcadia, where Kasumi is. Arcadia is run by Dima, which is the brother of Nick Valentine. Pro tip, take Nick Valentine with you on this DLC, because you can get more lore, and when he is present it also boosts your relationship with Nick a lot. Downstairs you meet Kasumi, who believes she is a synth and belongs there, but she also thinks there's something secret about Arcadia. And to find out we can eavesdrop on a meeting. And also like a terminal. And now you get to find out that Dima's memories are stored in the old nuclear submarine, which is now the base of the Children of Adam, which is one of the 3 factions in this DLC. Now that quest is done, long story short, we have to find Dima's memories and complete the worst quest ever created in Fallout 4. In this quest you need to beat the virtual puzzle, where you have these little bugs that need to reach the end of the memory and then travel backwards. There are 5 levels in total, and it starts out pretty easy, but soon the levels become way more of a puzzle and way more of a headache. So I'm gonna save you this painful gameplay, just know that the unedited recording is me 38 minutes hating my life. Now after the torture is over we can start on the next quest, which is the way life should be. For this quest we find out that Dima has killed the real Captain Avery and replaced her with a synth. So we gather some evidence, and now you basically get 2 options. Either inform Far Harbor and they will attack Arcadia, or you can go to Dima and confront him, and bring him to Far Harbor to stand trial. Now there are 2 outcomes, either Alan will rile everyone up and they will take down Arcadia, or you can tell him to shut up, and if you've done the quest for the people in town they will back you up, and Arcadia won't be attacked. Dima however will be killed though, but who cares, I got a trophy. Last quest, close to home. This quest is really short. You either bring home Kasumi or not if you killed her, I guess. Both of the outcomes complete the quest and give the trophy. Now for the miscellaneous trophies, these are pretty straightforward and they all tie in pretty well with each other. I would say the only somewhat hard one is to get the 5 magazines. I recommend this guide. These magazines all unlock something different, but if you get the one that unlocks a cooking recipe you can do the next trophy, which is for crafting one of the Far Harbor recipes. And to make that you need some meat of a sea creature, and for the hook trophy you need to take down 30. So I went off to kill a lot of the Far Harbor wildlife. And along the way I discovered 20 locations, which is also another trophy. And I also unlocked 3 workshops. I really wasn't paying attention to this one, but it just unlocked while I was doing a quest. Now that's Far Harbor fully completed and there's only one more DLC left. I saved my favorite DLC for last, which is Nuka-World. I just really like exploring the theme park, but this DLC probably has the worst trophy list though. Especially the Eyes on the Prize trophy. For that you need to redeem 100k tickets, but that's a lot easier said than done. But first let's just knock out the story quest. There are 4 quests that give trophies. And also 2 miscellaneous trophies, which I will be getting during the quest. So here's a quick rundown. Now to start Nuka-World you need to head to the Nuka-World Transit Center and take the train to Nuka-World. After arriving you need to beat the Gauntlet, which is like a long maze filled with traps and enemies. After making it through it's time to beat the overboss Coulter. There's one problem however, and that is that the overboss is invincible. But lucky for us, Gage, which is a raider and also a possible companion, tells you a secret way to beat him. And to do that you need to use a water gun on the overboss. After spraying him with the water gun, you will be able to be damaged for a few seconds. Okay, so 1 dead overboss later, and now I'm the new overboss. Now for the next quest, called the Grand Tour. You need to speak to all of the raider bosses and take over all 5 different sections of Nuka-World. So basically you just have to shoot stuff for an hour, so let's just skip that. Every time you take over a section, it's up to you to decide which raider gang you grant control over that section. I kinda just gave every gang a little bit of the park, and after handing over the last section, there was a trophy. At almost the end of the questline, you get the quest Home Sweet Home, and the ability to take over settlements in the Commonwealth. Now you need to do that 8 times for the hostile takeover trophy, and 3 of which you already do during the quest. But the additional 5 are optional but needed for that trophy. I always end up killing the raiders in Nuka-World and taking it over for myself, but to complete Power Play, which is the final quest, you must do at least 3 to complete the Home Sweet Home quest. Now I just made a save before doing the 5 other settlements because I just don't like turning them into raider settlements. And I also went for the Raiding for a Living trophy, which you get by completing 12 quests for any of the raider bosses. And these quests are pretty simple, you just need to go to the Commonwealth and you just need to complete a small task, like killing something. So 12 quests later and that was the trophy. Now for the last quest in Nuka-World, which is Power Play. Now during this quest, the raider gang that you neglected the most, whenever you were heading out the park sections and the Commonwealth settlements, will become hostile. Now all that's left is to eliminate that gang and restore the power. And when you turn on the power you get some nice fireworks and a silver trophy. Okay, with the quest done, it's time to take down the last 4 trophies. Before Fallout 4 is 100% completed. Just like in Nuka-World, Far Harbor has also 5 magazines to find, so here they are. But there's also another type of collectible to find in Nuka-World, which is the Nuka-Cola recipes. There are 15 total recipe books you need to find. So once again, for these 2 trophies I suggest these guides. And now with all the recipes collected, you still need to craft every single possible Nuka-Cola flavor. So just like for the Trapper trophy, I also made a checklist for this one. So feel free to screenshot this if you like. And now that we made all the different flavors of Nuka-Cola, it was time to go for the all sugared up trophy. For this you need to defeat 40 Nuka-World creatures while you are affected by any Nuka mix flavor. Next I went for the eyes on the prize trophy. Now to get 100k tickets actually takes a really long while. And there are two ways to acquire tickets. The main way is just to play arcade games, but you can also find tickets while exploring, but that's only a few thousand. But luckily there's a bit of a trick to get more tickets, and that's by going out of Nuka-World and head to one of your settlements. Now at your settlement, build the basketball game and use a small item like a doormat and place it next to the basketball machine in the corner. And now if you long press the button to move, it will actually move the machine with the doormat. And the machine will have the collision of the doormat. Now I just build a few more machines and squeeze them together where the hoop of the basket is still usable and the coin and ticket slot are still functional. Now all that was left was just to spam these games. By picking up the basketball instead of throwing it, you can just walk up to the basket, hold the ball over the hoop and just start crouch spamming. And every time we get the ball through the hoop, we get a point. But because we have multiple machines inside each other, we get multiple points. Now, when you're going for this, just be sure to take a break because this can actually really hurt your thumb. You just really get the feeling that one employee at Bethesda really hates trophy hunters. But anyways, 100k tickets later, and that's it, all the trophies done. And with that, if you made it all the way to the end, I really want to thank you for watching this video. Hopefully the next one won't take 2 years to make. See ya!